Okay, hello everybody from the streaming center. Just getting us set to be live on all of the platforms so that you guys can find us, chat with us, all the things, all the streaming things. So I think we're good to go. I will admit that I've been fully into the Olympics. And so thankfully right now, there's not much going on until this afternoon. There's track and field. So I feel like I can give you my full attention, which is great. In the past, like I've been having to like pause the live feed or whatever. So we're good now. Okay, so here at home, let's go from Paris to here in the tri-state. We're looking at really quiet weather. Now, we're still going to have a couple of disturbances, a couple of impactful weather days, perhaps, where we do get a little bit of course, heat and humidity for the next few days, and then a couple of storm chances, too, and we'll talk about that. But overall, much more quiet weather compared to what we had last week. And, excuse me, I think the best news of all is that we have great weather for FC Cincinnati tomorrow, and then the Bengals preseason game on Saturday as of now. Looks really good too. You know, I just realized that I never looked up the start of that game. I feel like it's at 8, but oh, 7. The next one's at 8. The one on the 22nd. Oh wow. So okay. So we have. I just realized this on the 22nd. Okay, okay. Yeah, literally at the same time, the Bengals and Colts, and then Green Day concert at Great American Ballpark. Wow. So, but yes, this coming Saturday, the game is at 7 p.m. Buccaneers and Bengals. Okay. All right. So, anyways, let's get right into it. Beautiful weather outside right now. Look at that. We've already climbed up to 83 here in Cincinnati today. Okay. This is a look from the Licking Greenway, by the way, over there off Queen City Avenue in South Fairmount. This is Clover Nook Country Club. Beautiful weather, of course, there as well. We saw some fog this morning, but it didn't take long before all of that fog lifted. And now we are dry. It is still humid, though. Nothing on radar. There's a small chance for rain this afternoon. I do think that most of us will stay dry, though. Just going to enjoy really quiet weather for the next several days. Now, let's go down to Florida, where, of course, dealing with Tropical Storm Debbie. And actually, this is new since the last time that I looked at this. I believe this is a tornado watch. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't even say. Yes, it's a tornado watch. There's even a tornado warning within the kind of outer bands here. As well. That goes until 11 o'clock. The tornado watch goes until this evening. Again, this is for these areas in Florida because, of course, again, even though the hurricane is expected to become a hurricane probably tonight or tomorrow morning and then make landfall as a Category 1 storm. But even though it hasn't made landfall yet, it's obviously still having an impact here along the Florida coastline from Fort Myers to Tampa. It's going to head toward the Big Bend area, as they call it there in Florida. That's where it's going to make landfall. Notice, though, also that these tornado watches go pretty far to the east and to the northeast because as the hurricane, or eventually hurricane, the tropical storm right now, continues to move north, it's going to spread into those parts of Florida in the coming days. And flooding going to be a major concern. Obviously, the storm surge, I'm sure at the beach right now, not a very pleasant day, even where it's not raining, impacting the rip currents and that kind of thing. So here is the track of Tropical Storm Debbie, and already, because it's moving pretty quickly. 1 second. let me move this. Okay. Yeah, that worked. Okay. 1 second. So again, it's a tropical storm right now. Let me make sure that I haven't missed anything with this before I show you the graphic. Yeah. It is, maximum sustained winds are 65 miles per hour. It is moving north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. So that puts it, and actually this has increased. It's still expected to become a Category 1 hurricane overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. But now the winds, it initially said 85 miles per hour. Now it's saying 90 mile per hour winds, probably making landfall there very close to Tallahassee. This is the forecast from the National Hurricane Center, so it could change, but that's what it looks like right now. And then continues to make its way northeast through Florida into Georgia and the Carolinas in the coming days. Okay, so, yeah. Okay. Okay. For us, this means that we will have indirect impact. So what I mean by that is that likely the hurricane or tropical storm or the remnants of the storm will kind of force any kind of weather systems to stay west. What that means for us is that actually we're going to enjoy nice weather for probably a little bit longer, because for us it's going to be pretty quiet around here and that weather will be allowed to linger a little bit longer. So it's not really a bad thing for us, the indirect impacts that we might have. Of course, again, even though we've gotten a lot of rain recently, we could still use some of that precipitation. But it doesn't look like we're going to have any kind of, major disruptions. We're going to get a little bit of rain this week, but nothing significant. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing because we have had enough rain recently. So pretty quiet weather expected this week. But if you're vacationing perhaps to Florida, again, along the East Coast, definitely something to be aware of with the impacts of Tropical Storm Debbie, eventually Hurricane Debbie, along the coast. So probably just a good idea to stay in contact with wherever you're going, make sure that they have recovered from those impacts. Temperatures right now here in the tri-state are in the 80s. 80 at Dry Ridge, 81 in Warsaw, 83 in Milford and Florence, 80 degrees in West Union. Right now at CVG, it's 83 degrees, winds light out of the southwest with lots of sunshine. The heat index already, it feels like 87 degrees at CVG. So we're already looking at a temperature in the low 80s. We'll easily add maybe even another, 5 to 10 degrees to this. So well into the 90s possible this afternoon with light winds out of the southwest. So training camp continues today. Gates open at 1:30. This is including today, 5 more chances to catch training camp today and tomorrow, Wednesday. And then next week, I think it's like Sunday, Monday, or no, maybe not Sunday. Maybe it's Monday and Tuesday of next week. Either way, your chances are winding down. So today's probably a good day to go. It's just going to be hot and kind of humid. And I would get there early because I do think it's going to be a popular day there. So temperatures will be near 90 degrees toward the end of practice. So have a way to stay hydrated. And I know there's not a lot of shade usually down there, but a way to, stay cool however you can do that. Heat index over the coming days, and this is going to be even warmer today, will be into the 90s, but it will feel like it's in the mid-90s Monday and Tuesday. We do get some relief by the middle of the week. That's in the form of a cold front. Good morning, Tammy. We will not see any impacts. And on Tuesday, we do not have a chance for severe weather. Rachel, let me look. Let me make sure that hasn't changed either. So we do have a marginal threat north of Cincinnati for severe weather on Tuesday. So we'll have to see how that changes. Basically, what's going to happen is as that rain moves toward our area, and I'll show you that here coming up in a bit, it's going to start to weaken as it moves south. So I think our chances for severe weather are very small. Okay, so today at Great American Ballpark, first pitch is at 12:05. Kind of an odd time. It's because it's on a different broadcast. So just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. So we have a lot going on. We have the Reds game at 12:05. We have Bengals training camp starting at 2 o'clock. Gates open at 1:30 though. I think it actually starts at like 2:10. And then of course, GetaFest is continuing today. Our Newport on the Levee camera is down right now. We're hoping to get that back up in the next couple of days because obviously there's a lot going on down at the levee, but then we can also look over at the ballpark and those types of things. I've missed that camera so much. Anyways, but it's all for a good reason. It's because of our sports show that's happening down there coming up this week. So anyways, there's a lot going on across the Tri-State. The 127 yard sale continues today too. I live off of Dixie Highway and saw people setting up very early. So get out there early to get those bargains for sure. But yes, at the ballpark, it will be warm. And of course, with a 12:05 game, it's only going to get warmer throughout that game. Today, very small chance for a spotty shower. Tomorrow, we're in the 90s. I think we stay dry throughout the day tomorrow. But it will be hot and it will be humid. Okay, so here are those storm chances on Tuesday. And notice how I'll slow this down a bit. You don't see anything until, let's say, 2 p.m. and those storms are starting to pop up, but you can tell that these storms are a lot stronger and more plentiful east of us, north and east of us, and that's where they do have a higher risk for severe storms. For us, any of these storms that do pop up Tuesday afternoon could have some gusty winds, maybe some small hail, but we're not expecting any kind of severe weather at this time. Of course, we'll keep you updated with the positioning of that, and that actually shows kind of some stronger storms or more widespread storms late Tuesday night and then into early Wednesday morning. We're talking about during the overnight hours of Tuesday into Wednesday morning. So that's probably another reason why we do have that marginal threat north of our area, because again, those storms will be weakening as they move south, but we will definitely keep an eye on it because there could be some impacts here at home as well. That's mostly Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening from, let's say, about 2 p.m. until 2 a.m. 2 p.m. Tuesday until 2 a.m. Wednesday. Okay, so dry weather today and tomorrow. Here comes that rain Tuesday. And again, this is kind of a wider view showing you the stronger storms are definitely north of us. But overnight, we could see more of those storms here in the Tri-State. This particular model keeps us almost completely dry. And then all the way through the weekend as well. So next weekend, again, Bengals are in town for the preseason game Saturday. It looks like they'll be fine. Looks like really nice weather for next weekend again. We've really been getting lucky here. Of course, last weekend we did have some storms, but wasn't anything terribly disruptive. Okay, temperatures in the 90s for the next 3 days. So that's an official heat wave, 3 days in a row with temperatures at or above 90 degrees. And then we do see a cool down by the middle of the week when we fall back into the 80s on Wednesday. Mid-80s for Thursday and Friday as well. And then next Saturday, of course, is that preseason game. And it looks pretty nice right now with those temperatures in the 80s with plenty of sunshine. Hello, Becky. By the way, there's also another disruption in the tropics. I might be able to pull that up here. Let me scroll up. That could become another named storm, not for a while, but this is a lot like Debbie. It started with a disruption out in the Atlantic Ocean that eventually became a named storm as we know now. So National Hurricane Center also keeping an eye. I mean, there's really several disruptions out there, but really keeping an eye on this current development to see if it could become a tropical system, or at least a tropical depression, tropical storm in the coming days. Right now, they say it's a low chance taking us out 7 days, but that could change. Again, that's exactly what happened with Debbie. It had a low chance initially, and then eventually the chances increased until it became a named storm. But yeah, right now, Debbie, let's see what they're saying for rainfall totals. Oh my gosh, as much as 20 inches or more, really close to Savannah. So as it moves toward parts of Georgia and South Carolina, that's the bullseye for the heaviest rain. That's not good. Let me see if I can show you that. Lori, excuse me. Okay, so I talked about Tuesday. Okay. So these are the projected rainfall totals. And I know I don't have numbers on here or really even city names. But again, they're saying that the highest rainfall totals, obviously kind of along the coast here, but really looking more toward parts of the Georgia and South Carolina kind of border there is where they could see the highest rainfall totals. So as much as, again, 20 inches or more in those locations. Near the where it's expected to make landfall near Tallahassee, looking like 12 to 16 inches of rain. Okay, let me get out of this one. By the way, we could look at that for us locally because, again, we're looking at rain Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like around a half an inch or less during that time period. Oh, actually, it brings some rain in on Thursday, which is kind of weird. I don't see anything on Thursday. Okay. Okay, I think I answered all your questions. How's everybody's weekend? Anybody doing anything fun? Exciting? Trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. Besides watch more Olympics, of course, as I've been saying. Okay, let's go over today's forecast again. It's going to be hot. We're already in the low 80s, but it already feels like it's in the upper 80s with the heat index. Today's high temperature will be about 91 degrees. That is not what I wanted to do. Lovely. Got an error message. Okay, so 91 today, which is about 5 degrees warmer than normal. Plenty of sunshine. Again, we're already at 83 degrees, so definitely in the mid 80s by lunchtime and into the 90s this afternoon. We will see that chance for storms Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, although I do think that most of Wednesday will be dry. And then dry weather through the end of the week. And once that front moves through on Wednesday, we're going to see those temperatures drop back into the 80s, and it should be really comfortable for the middle to the end of the week. I mean, the 7-day forecast looks really nice considering the time of year. And again, every sports team in town from today, the Reds, tomorrow's FC, 8 o'clock is kickoff tomorrow for FC, 12:05 today for the Reds. So people are probably already headed to the ballpark, if not already there. And then Saturday, the preseason game for the Bengals. And it's looking nice for that as well. I was looking at the Reds schedule. So the Reds have that game today. And then they're not home again until next Monday, the 12th. So they're gone for about a week, I guess. A little more than a week. So, yeah, hopefully they can win again today. It was a great game yesterday, as we've been saying. Okay, let me see. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I'm up to date. Hi, Belinda. Okay. All right, I think that's about all that I have for you guys right now. I will be back with you for 19 at noon tomorrow. Of course, let's see here. Today, Ethan Emery will be in later this evening, and he'll have your streaming show at 6 o'clock. I don't think we have anything like unusual on the air today. We had the Reds special yesterday and then the Reds game. We don't have anything like that today. So I would imagine everything should be normal. Let me just verify that. Yes, looks normal. So they'll have your news at 10 this evening. Okay, Okay, so yeah, so I'll have another update for you tomorrow. Until then, I hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy your Sunday.